Ted Cruz liking the stepsister porn on 9/11. Yeah, I mean that was
that
like
real?
Yeah,
unbelievable.
that was
yeah,
Ted Cruz's 9/11.
Yeah, dude.
It was.
I mean, I don't know that like
year.
I don't know that public likes will ever get any
Yeah.
crazier than that, man.
You know, when you're feeling down, you gotta go look at some stuff.
Oh man, it's 9/11. Hello, and welcome to the Bumpy Soup podcast. I am Alec. I am here with Emily,
Yoo-hoo.
Max,
Hey.
Maddie,
Hi.
and joining us from his house, Shane.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Shane, you have COVID.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Yeah, man. Well, so it's really not that bad. I think that like the best way I could sum it up is that if I wouldn't have taken that test, I would have had no idea that I had COVID.
So you're saying you're not a sick little boy?
I'm saying
Subscribe to our Patreon to hear this fully exclusive content. Thank you.
yeah, no, man. It's
Shane's manga for anyone who
go ahead,
doesn't
Alec.
know.
He's
Or
not.
whoever. Oh.
That's canon. No, he's manga. You
Oh,
crap. Shane's a weeb for anyone who doesn't know. Yeah. All right.
No,
well, cool.
man.
Well,
It sucks. I've been tired. I've been kind of congested, but
Yeah.
it hasn't been too bad. Fortunately, I think I'm lucky for that. I think I'm a pretty healthy guy anyway, so that probably helps a little bit. But
Cool.
yeah, no, it's been annoying for sure.
cool. Well, glad that you're doing okay and not
Thanks.
throwing up or anything, dead. Patrick is not here. He asked us if we could change the day that we record this, and then he had a show on this day. So,
He's being cooler than any of us right now.
yeah.
Playing music for an
He's
audience.
playing with a guy named Jim Bone, so like you really cannot blame him. Like you get to play with Jim Bone, you play with Jim.
That's
Bone.
when you peak.
That's right.
So what's everyone been up to this week?
Christmas.
Yes.
We said we weren't going to talk about the holidays, and then
You're right, yeah.
We don't have
Yeah.
to talk about the holidays, but Shane, do you have any holiday things? What was going on in your world?
Yeah, so I had COVID for Christmas too, which sucked, but didn't know it yet,
Ooh.
which
So
is pretty
you
sweet.
infected
Super
your family?
I can't hear anything anybody's saying. It just was garble for a second.
Super spreader is what we said.
Yeah,
Super spreader.
Yeah.
Super spreader.
Yeah, dude. No, it was good. There's a couple key things that I took away from Christmas that I was really, really excited about. So the first one is I got a bunch of 35mm
Oh,
film.
fuck yeah.
Kodak's getting ready for a big price hike in March, and so my hope is to buy as much Kodak film before then at like the price that it's at now, because it's already high anyway. So over the next couple of months, I'll be buying film as frequently as I can possibly afford,
Sick.
in hopes that I can stock up and then also maybe sell to my buddies when they run out, so that they don't have to spend maybe $20 a roll instead of $16 or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I got the film, showed up today, very hyped. The next thing is I got a physical copy of a book as well as the audio book version of it on how to eat pussy good. So I'm really excited about that.
Who did that? Was that a gift from someone?
No, I got it myself.
You got it for yourself?
Is the
Yeah.
is the physical version just like an audio transcript? So at some points it's just like PTHG and like different capitals and lowercase and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then what was the other one? I guess those were the two big ones. The two ones I was really, really excited about, some film and
Nice.
and then yeah, that audiobook and that physical book.
Is that the title of the
So-
book? How to Eat Pussy Good?
No, man. It's actually a little bit nicer than that. It's called She Comes First.
Ooh.
And which I think makes sense. It's cool. The funny thing about the audiobook is that it is narrated by the dude that wrote it.
Oh,
And
cool. A dude wrote this. Good.
He's like,
I
I
think
want
that
to
I
Well,
know
let everyone
everything
know
about
wanna
how
let
women come.
Yeah. And I think that like strictly from like a production standpoint, it was a bad choice. I think he was not the right guy
Yeah.
to deliver his message beyond written word. I think that the ideas are incredible, the concepts are good, the things that it talks about are really cool, man.
Is his voice
and-
just like really like uncomfortable?
Sorry.
Like his voice?
Well, so yeah, it's kind of like imagine you are going to college or university, right? And the teacher who's teaching is like really super duper excited about what they're teaching, right? But their like favorite sort of like I don't know. He sounds like a nerd. Sounds like a giant dweeb, huge dork. He sounds so nasally and just like, well, actually,
Oh
you
no!
go.
This is a mistake
So
I think
you-
a lot of authors make, is choosing to do the narrating for their own book. And I don't know if it's
Yeah,
an ego
man.
thing or like they think, oh, this is going to save me some money. But like I would say most of the time it's a way better idea to just hire someone who can like do it better. A
For sure. Well-
professional reader will be able to do your own book better than you can because they have a little more distance from it.
yeah, you get
Well,
like
and that's kind of their job.
you get like a
Yeah.
professional voice actor. But
Yeah.
you could use the one guy that's like plays like 800 different Skyrim characters. And he's also in like there's like this one dude who's like he's in like Knights of the Old Republic, and he's in all of these different games. He's like a really prominent video game voice actor, and that might be
I
the
would
most
want that
uncomfortable
gig.
person.
I would shift careers to be a video game voice actor.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, like, your job is just to go in and be a little wacky guy. Like, come on. It doesn't get better than that.
Speaking of Skyrim,
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
that's what I've been up to this week and the previous weeks. I'm in a Skyrim hole right now. It's a good game.
What's like your main? What do you?
Yeah.
Are you sneak archer like
I mean,
everybody else, or what?
I had a hard time getting out of the stealth archer. And I picked up this old save from like 6-7 years ago this year, and all my like stealth archer stuff was maxed out, but I wanted to try something new, so I'm working on making them a mage now, which is really
Sick.
fucking fun. Really fun. Like,
No, that's sick,
it's really
dude.
fun to like shoot a fire spell at a goat and watch it just go. It's great.
The best build in Skyrim is just hand to hand. You get like the gloves of the pugilist or whatever, and you run around. You just hand to hand everyone. You have to go easy mode. But.
So I actually read this thing about there is in Elden Ring, right? That came out this year. There's this player.
Ooh, yeah.
There's this thing where basically when you have a boss, you can like summon another player that can come and like help you beat the boss. And there's this one player called Let Me Solo Her, and he's like in front of this one specific boss, and he's insanely good at beating her, and he's completely naked, and he has a pot on his head. And like that's his thing.
Right,
He's
right,
helped
right.
like over 1,000 people just like kill her. Like they're supposed to just like stand to the side while he goes and like kills this boss.
Let me solo her.
Let me
Does he
solo
have
her.
a Twitch stream? Like,
He did, yeah.
Or is it just a legend?
No, he did. And I think that he stepped away from it since because he got like really sick of it. But
That's like the Banksy of Dark Souls.
yeah, exactly. But it
Maybe-
is Banksy.
Maybe like the David Blaine of Dark
Nice.
Souls.
Yeah, yeah.
The Chris Angel of Dark Souls.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's like a big fan base around this character, and they've done like 3D art.
Yeah, they've done like a bunch of different like fan art for him, and there's like this incredible like 3D render of this like, you know, naked guy with like a pot on his head, and it's all like gorgeous and everything.
Well, back in the day, someone like that, that's how legends were started. That's who they used to write legends about. Now the tradition continues. They just make 3D renderings of them instead.
Yeah. We used to have guys that had pots on their head. Now we just have pot heads.
Because of cancel
Whoa.
culture.
Yeah.
Whoa.
By the way, I had something that I really want to jump back to quickly, which was about the voice acting thing. What if like the guy who was doing the reading of that book was just like, oh shit, whoa, and like learning about it like as he's reading the
Sick, dude.
Oh, that's great. Like,
I was thinking, what if there's a guy who thinks that every author does all the readings to their own book, and they're like listening to Harry Potter, and they're like, "With J.K. Rowling, this is crazy." He has the British,
yeah, it's the British guy. Nice.
He's a good voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what time it is right now?
It is Supreme 60 Seconds of Soccer.
That's right.
Oh.
Hey,
Supreme
Google.
60 Seconds of Soccer.
Set timer for 60 seconds. Hey, Google.
60
Set timer
seconds.
for 60 seconds.
Okay, welcome to Supreme 60 Seconds of Soccer. Let's go. Firstly, Real Salt Lake changed the name of your stadium. Now on to actual soccer. Premier League action resumed this week with the World Cup ending. Fulham played Crystal Palace. Fulham won 3-0 with the goals from Bobby De Cordova-Reid, the American Tim Ream, and Mitrovic. Mitro also got 2 assists to go along with his goal, which is really good as a return from the World Cup, which he got left early with Serbia. Tim Ream also came back with a goal after being surprisingly added to the United States roster, but he started all 4 games for them, and then it was announced after the game that he signed a new contract, so he's not going to be going to St. Louis City anytime soon. Talking about St. Louis City, thank God they exist. Thank God they decided St. Louis City. RSL will never rebrand to SLCSC, and thank God for that. I don't care about St. Louis at all, but I really do not want RSL to rebrand to that. I do want RSL to rebrand, but not to SLCSC. I think we should be Highlanders SC, which is the original.
You're done.
We should go back to
Shut the
that.
fuck up.
That's my opinion.
That was soccer.
Stop.
All right. Okay, so predictions for next week. We got Fulham playing Southampton. Alec?
Southampton's going to win 3-0.
Okay. Emily?
I'm gonna say Fulham 3-1.
Okay. Maddie?
Fulham 1-0.
Nice. And I am going to say Fulham 2-1.
By the way, none of us know
Shane.
shit about soccer. Oh yeah, Shane, what's yours?
I don't know, man. They both score 10 points at least each.
At least. Okay, that's good. By the way,
Yeah.
Patrick's prediction that Maradona was going to come onto the field and like break a leg or whatever didn't happen. It was a good guess. Sorry, Buckaroonie. Next time you'll get him.
Negative points for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big swings come big misses.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you were saying, none of us know shit about soccer except for Max.
So it is miraculous if we do end up predicting correctly.
It's fate.
Fated.
I, however, like
And
soccer
we
a lot.
only get a point, an imaginary
so-
point if we get it right. I think we deserve more than that.
So 1 point if you get the result correct. So either a draw or you pick whoever wins. 3 points if you get the score correct. If you get the actual score of the game.
Okay, and what are the points good for?
At the end of every year, we will make fun of whoever has the least amount.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
Or we can give a prize out to the best, or we can do both. Whatever.
Okay.
End of like the fiscal year? Or
Yeah, exactly.
because we're pretty close right now.
Like 13 business days.
Okay, cool.
We're like all of us except for what Maddie is getting it made fun of at this rate.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know Maddie's the only one who has
Mhm.
points so far, so
I'm
good
doing
job.
the best at this.
Wait, you're beating Max too?
Mm,
Yeah, she's the only one with any points.
Okay.
Maddie, how are you? How
Sick.
was your week?
It was good. I am also in a video game hole, but I'm playing Breath of the Wild.
Ooh.
Nice.
And that's about it. Nothing exciting going on.
Nice.
What are you hyper focusing on in Breath of the Wild? Are there specific things that like you like to do in the game?
I'm just running around. It's very like open world, just having fun. Kind of looking for shrines, kind of looking for the little Korok seeds, avoiding doing the main quest overall.
That's a vibe for sure.
Nice. Yeah. How does it compare to you've played other entries in the series?
Yeah, I've mainly only played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and they kept a lot of like the nostalgia things with it, which is nice.
Cool.
But as far as the actual playthrough and plot and everything, it's very different from the other ones.
Yeah. It's like the GTA of Zelda.
That's what they say. That's what I know it as.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when you can go and steal cars inside of Zelda too. It's so sick.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Speaking of video games, Emily got me a Steam Deck for Christmas, so I've been playing.
Oh, sick!
Yeah, I've been playing the shit out of that. I just barely beat and then played through again to try and 100% Hyperlight Drifter, which is this sick indie game from like 2017, I think, or 15, something like that. And now I'm playing through Blasphemous again. And I kind of started a couple ones like Unsighted, and then I just bought a bunch. Actually, the main reason I wanted Steam Deck was because my Mac doesn't play like several games that I've been trying to get through, like the original Half-Life and stuff. So I'm excited to be able to do that stuff.
You can also watch YouTube on it too.
You can watch YouTube on it.
You could probably watch other things.
There's literally desktop mode. You can browse the internet on that thing. It's sick.
Technology.
Yeah.
Decked out.
That's right. That's right.
Steam Deck.
That's right.
I really like how the two of you are coordinating.
Yeah. I just only own soccer gear, and she just wears my stuff sometimes.
He has
I love it.
jackets.
Yeah.
So for our watch of the week, we decided to not actually choose an episode because we wanted basically all the episodes we were looking at. We're like, we kind of want Patrick's take on this, and he abandoned us. So we decided to go with a suggestion that Shane had, which is for a music video. Well, actually, Shane, do you want to tell us?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Butt Muscle by Christeene or Christy. I can't remember. I think that they maybe even changed their performing name since the song came out too. But yeah, so this was a video that I watched a few years ago at the Jam Spot, which a bunch of us know about on the call. No one in the real life world understands what that is, but
no one knows about Jam Spots.
Yeah, no one's ever heard of a Jam Spot. So
it's a spot where we made jams, jellies, preservatives of other forms, things like that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of jars, lots of glass. We're getting cut all the time.
Berries.
Lids.
Getting cut all the time.
Yeah. Ooh, ow. Yeah.
Owie. Ouchie.
No.
I'm going to go hang out with my friends and get hurt. Yeah.
Get a bunch of blood in the jam.
Yeah. It's cool that it's kind of conducive to just hiding it anyway. So the video is really, really, really wild. It was one of the things I really liked about it was that it has like it's unbelievably it's sexual. The song's called Butt Muscle. And they don't say butt muscle one single time in the song, which is crazy, but it is like this really, really, really wild combination of like really graphic context of video. It's all black and white, and the song like is hypnotizing, like stuck in your head. And it was just this really kind of like jarring combination of all these things that like I just haven't ever been able to let it go, and I always love sharing it with people, and especially people that like are into like making videos and movies and things, because it's like it's conceptually incredible and executed really, really well, and like is a piece of art, even though it's like borderline hard to watch.
So we're gonna watch it right now.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it right now, which is a little bit different. And Shane, since you're not here, you can't exactly watch it with us, but
you can pull it. Yeah, you can watch it alongside.
I will pull it up this moment.
Okay.
He's seen it before, so he can just make the facial reactions he thinks that are appropriate for that time in the video.
Yeah. And we should.
Well, it's kind of the same reaction the whole time, honestly. It's
All right, pull it up. All right, Shane, going on mute.
Here we go.
All right, initial reactions.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man. It's crazy to see what Gollum has done since the ring.
I was getting like the what's this guy, the worm tongue.
No, I was trying to think of his name. I couldn't. I went with Gollum.
Oh, I kept thinking he looks really familiar, and it looks a lot like the guy who whispers into the ear of the king. Yeah. And I thought that he was missing a tooth for most of the video, but it's actually just a silver tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's painted over or something. Yeah. So I do want to clarify. I'm pretty sure that Christeene is a trans performer. So I do believe that she uses she/her pronouns.
Okay.
But there also, I've seen other performance names too that would, I think, traditionally be male as well. So I'm not entirely sure. Just in case, there's a possibility of that. So
quick Google search.
I forgot how really graphic that video was. I remember it being crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty graphic.
I was watching. I was like, yeah, this makes sense that Shane would recommend that. Like this is there's a very Shane recommendation. And I'm glad.
Well, and then it was tough because.
Hang on.
So go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Lambert. Is this a relation?
I think Lambert's a pretty common last name.
Yeah, we're also related to Adam Lambert. That's true.
Yeah.
So that. Go ahead.
No, you go. Sounds like you got something to say.
Yeah. So that director, Matt Lambert. There's a lot of really, 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 really great work. A lot of really crazy stuff with queer creators specifically. And I had seen a bunch of his work photographically on Instagram and stuff like that, but to see a full video come together was really, really, really wild. But yeah, I am bummed that I wasn't there with you guys because 35 seconds in and I immediately became embarrassed that I wasn't there to try and defend myself in this recommendation.
No, Shane, we dig it. I think that it stuck very much to exactly what it is, right? Aesthetically, it knew what it was, and it's there, which was wet and grimy and
sticky.
Yeah, sticky.
Yeah, this is a weird version of the Strokes music video for "You Only Live Once," which you guys, I don't know, you're in a thing and it gets filled up with gunk. Anyways,
no, really interesting uses of the human body. I think there were some like when he's sitting there and there's the butt up that's going down like that. There's that was an interesting shot.
Are those colored contacts that she's wearing? Because those were really striking, and the eyes open kissing shots made me kind of squirm.
Yeah. Well, so one of the things too is that it was before I really could appreciate black and white videos or photos to a certain degree too. So this is the first thing that I saw. It's oh damn, this was a creative choice that I think really lent itself to the production. I feel if this was in color, it just wouldn't have the same sort of effect. It wouldn't have the same sort of attention grabbing aspects to it. I think the fact that it is in black and white, it kind of makes all of the fluid and the sticky more ambiguous.
Yeah, definitely.
And kind of
the first thing
to the imagination.
The first thing I thought when I saw it was the scene in The Matrix where Neo wakes up and he's covered in all his goo. And the shaved head and clear body.
I'm also pretty sure that
it's interesting seeing something that graphic and having the actors not be conventionally attractive. Some of them are older, some of them have a silver tooth. That was interesting representation.
I'm pretty sure that Rick Owens is the person with the hair stuck up Christeene's butt and out her mouth. I'm pretty sure that's who that is.
Yeah,
which
that
is
was
kind
an
of crazy
interesting thing.
too.
The dildos were really solid.
So it looks like Christeene is a drag character.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Also,
cool.
Christeene is noted for untraditional terrorist drag.
Terrorist drag.
Yeah, that's what she terms herself. That's her genre.
Wow,
terrorist drag.
That's a niche.
So
cool, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
the dildos really made me laugh out loud the first time I saw, and the second time. But the other scene where it's on this guy and the other one is peeing. And then he zooms out even further. That was a good use of the camera. Yeah.
And then it cuts into the guy getting peed on really close. Yeah.
And like the shots where it's like looking through the glass and like the face is smashed.
Oh yeah, that was striking.
I kept on thinking like,
I think
how did Lil Nas X's videos cause cultural outrage, but this didn't? You know, like this is being made.
Because no one's heard of this.
Yeah, that's fair. But you know what I mean? Like Lil Nas X is doing nothing, and why are people mad about that when this exists?
Well, and I think when you compare the two side by side of, you know, him giving Satan a lap dance and probably anything that Christeene has ever produced, I'm sure it would look like a Toy Story next to, you know, any popular horror film, anything that's grotesque, I guess, at that point. But I mean, to your point, Max, I think that like you look at the commercial success of Lil Nas X in Old Town Road or Old Country Road or whatever the fuck it's called, like, and its kind of ability to penetrate into, for lack of a better word, into the minds of so many people, to then go on to release like a devil worshipping song, I think is a little more like, it just freaks people out more, like makes them sad because it's not the person they expected it to be or who they like built up in their mind. Whereas I think with, you know, Christeene, I'm sure they started out exactly how, I mean, their whole thing is a terrorist drag, right? Like that's, I think you know exactly what's happening, what they're about. Like,
oh, I know all about terrorist drag. Yeah.
Max is the terrorist drag guy.
You got any questions? Let me know.
Yeah.
I just think it sets the tone a lot better than like a black guy doing a country song that then turns out to actually be gay and not into country music and then into, you know, whatever. It's like it was more of like a slow ramp up to finally sliding a pole down to hell and giving Satan a lap dance, whereas I'm sure Christeene's been on that level the whole time.
That was a great music video. I love that.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad we're all adults and when we watched it.
Yeah, like I really appreciate it aesthetically in terms of just like the kind of commitment to doing what they're doing, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I said, 35 seconds in, man, I was like, I wish I was there to.
No, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. Like I don't think you have to like defend it or anything like that.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting how there can be these, you know, very different sort of types of art that. Like something I'm just kind of trying to do in general is do a better job of being able to appreciate stuff without necessarily like liking it, or more accurately, not liking something, but still being able to appreciate it and understand that other people do and be like, yeah, that's fine. Like I'm glad that this jives with some people super hard.
But I think that it's important to notice the difference between that and like Marvel movies, like what, like having a discussion.
Name one difference.
Well, the dildos mostly.
You didn't watch the extended cut of Endgame, did you?
No, crap.
Endgame.
Yeah, the Snyder cut.
Yeah, release the Christeene cut.
Yeah, the Christeene.
Can we just talk about what a ridiculous name Lil Nas X is? Also, like, there's already a guy named Nas. You can't just be small him X.
Do we know what the origins of that name was? Like, where do any of these names come about? Can we find out?
Here, yeah. Terrorist drag, I know all about it. Lil Nas X.
It's actually really interesting to me that the Lil term has kind of stuck around for so long, because it felt like it you know, was a thing in like the early 2000s, and then it kind of got really parodied super hard, but like a lot of artists just like kept to it and kept doing it, and there was like no, I don't want to say self-awareness, because that implies that like there's something wrong with it, but there was like no kind of shame about like choosing to use it.
Well, I think like didn't it kind of come back around with like Lil Peep and like the more emo like
like the SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, and so like I think like it was kind of used ironically, and then like I don't know, I almost kind of feel like Lil Nas X is using it ironically, but
he might be.
Oh, we have the same birthday.
I have some thoughts.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
How old is he?
2 years younger than me, 23. Wait,
wow.
That's not right. Yeah, it is.
What year was he born? 99?
99. Yeah.
Wow.
I do think that a lot of things like that come from nicknames,
right?
Like there's a good chance that people were just called those things, and then like you take that up as your performance name or whatever it is, right? Like in the way that you would choose a social media handle, is that it probably has like some relevant, assuming that you didn't get it just from your Xbox handle when you're playing, COD Online. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's because people probably called you that. Like Lil Peep specifically got his nickname from his mom. Because his mom called him Lil Bo Peep. Like that's what like her name was for him. So it's like, beyond his actual, Christian God-given name.
I didn't know that.
So there's a good chance. Yeah. So I liked Lil Peep for a little while. Right. I got into him right as he died. So then I kind of like, well, I think I'm going to get over it then. I'm just not going to get into it. It's going to bum me out even more.
Yeah.
But so I think that like, there's a good chance, any Lil whatever probably came from like a real name that people were using for somebody at some point.
Yeah. That makes me think of my nieces and nephews, like nicknames that my sister-in-law, ex-sister-in-law uses for them on social media. Because like she doesn't want to use their real names on social media.
Sure.
For like safety reasons. So she's given them these nicknames that are really cute. Like one of them is Blueberry or Blue. One of them is Sunny. And one of them is like Nugget. And I think like Bean might be another one.
Yeah, cool.
You're outing Sunny, Nugget, and Bean and Blue right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't
Nugget.
said their real
Unbelievable.
names. Sunny, Nugget, Blue, Bean.
That's their name.
the
They're going to
family
be a
band.
musical quartet someday.
Right.
Yeah.
So he chose the name Lil Nas X as a tribute to Nas, which
Oh.
Sick.
yeah, but also another thing. So apparently, and this is like after Old Town Road,
Is
came
Nas
out.
alive?
N-
The original?
No.
He's like, there's a tribute to Nas. He's like, I'm still here.
You're just copying me, dude.
Yeah, no, he's still alive.
How does Nas feel?
I wonder. I don't know. Yeah, but also this is the other thing, and this is after Old Time Road came out. It got found out that Lil Nas X was running a Nicki Minaj stan account called @NasGarage, and it was like this big thing. And it finally came out, and he finally admitted to it. And Nicki Minaj said, "It was a bit of a sting when you denied being a barb, but I understand. Congratulations on building up your confidence to speak your truth."
Nice. I feel like the alt account stuff is gonna be an interesting thing that happens in the next 10 years as people who kind of grew up more with the internet that had alt accounts become people that are notable, and these alt accounts are going to kind of come out and be a little bit more known.
Has Mitt Romney
Yeah.
publicly admitted that he's Pierre Delecto?
I think
Who's Pierre Delecto? I'm unfamiliar.
I think
That was
with
his
their
alt
work.
account on Twitter.
yeah, Pierre Delecto.
And that happened to follow like all of his campaign Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
Mike Lee had the based Mike Lee or whatever Twitter account where he was like it was his own personal Twitter account that no one else had access to, and he was just posting.
Wow. The term based is now has been Leafied.
Yeah. Lehighified.
Yeah. Lehighified.
Oh, I fucking love stories of like conservative politicians not realizing their likes are public.
Yeah.
And then you like
Yeah.
see them liking porn accounts.
Yeah.
I love
So good.
I love
I mean,
stories of conservative
the-
politicians taking
Ted-
a family road trip and putting their dog on top of their car and their dog shitting all the back down their car, all down the back of their car.
Yeah. The Dave Matthews Band of politicians.
Yeah, truly.
What were you gonna say, Shane?
I just forgot his name. Ted Cruz liking the stepsister porn on 9/11. Yeah, I mean that was
Is that
like
real?
Yeah.
unbelievable.
That was
Yeah,
Ted Cruz's 9/11.
dude.
It was.
I mean, I don't know that like
year.
I don't know that public
Yeah.
likes will ever
He's-
get any crazier
You
than
know,
that,
when
man.
you're feeling down, you gotta go look at some stuff.
Oh man, it's 9/11.
Feeling bad about America,
That-
so I gotta go watch some stepsis porn.
That's how you know you have a
Spirits
porn
up.
addiction, is when you're like feeling down and you gotta make it better by
Looking at porn on Twitter, nonetheless. Like,
Yeah, that's I mean, it happened to Samuel L. Jackson like a week ago too.
Really?
He just got caught like in a bunch of really wild stuff on Twitter too.
Like I don't think it's terrible like to like that stuff. It's just that like a lot of the policies that conservative politicians specifically push seem to be kind of counter to that stuff, and having them get publicly dunked on is always great.
I think dunking on any public politician, any chance anybody has, is always a good idea.
Yeah.
I think keeping them in check and them uncomfortable as possible all the time is always good.
Yeah.
Especially Ted Cruz.
Yeah,
So.
especially Ted. He ate my son. Like, whoever, I don't know why Ted Cruz has gotten memed so well, but like the Zodiac Killer thing, like it's so good. And he just has that face that it's like, you just don't feel bad for him.
Ted Cruz wants to be cool so bad, but he's just not. Like he's committing too hard to the wrong path to be cool, and he's just not cool anyways. So
I love it. I love it when a bad guy tries to be cool and you can dunk on them for that even harder. Like
the worst thing
Mr.
is that the
Musk.
person who runs against him is Beto, which it's like the most like wannabe cool guy out there. It's like this guy isn't being cool. If you're just an ounce of cool, you're gonna win. No.
I'm sorry to my Texas friends for that loss. It was an L.
yeah.
But I have an acquaintance who lives in Texas, and she was saying that like Beto came out pretty hard against guns in his first campaign, and like the people of Texas just will not let that go once you like give like a really, really divisive stance about that. And I don't think it was just about like regulation, like reasonable regulation. I think it was a little more extreme. And it's like, dude, do you want to get elected?
He was like, we are going to come take your guns. Like he said like that specifically. Well, Beto is funny because he had this moment, I think it was during like the Trump election cycle, like in 2016, that like he was outside of his bus or something. And he had a moment where he broke, where he's like, he like got really angry at the press, and he's like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you just letting him get away with this? Like, do your job. And he said fuck, and it blew up and became a thing. And it was like this moment of like sincerity. Like it was actually like, okay, good, it's nice to see this guy like really talking sincerely about this. And then after that, like every interview he had, he tried to sneak a fuck into it. And it was just like the most...
you're pulling really well after you said the F word.
Yeah, and it's like the perfectly wrong message to take from that, which is...
Yeah, can you imagine that, just like that social media intern who's like 19? He's like, hey, it worked, dude, it worked. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see what happens. Come on. Yeah, give me a couple more. Drop a few more bombs.
Yeah, you know that Beto like went home. He's like, oh, God, I just freaked out. I shouldn't have done that. Then people started getting excited. He's like, oh, shit. And he's like, they said fuck, and they were so excited. You said fuck. He's like, right. Say fuck and everything. All right, fuckers.
Like a Mormon kid in 8th grade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's not a single person who knows Cedric Bixler-Zavala that well that is more lame than Beto. Like that level of relation to him, I don't feel like you can.
Yeah. And for reference, the person Cedric Bixler-Zavala that Max is talking about is the lead singer of the Mars Volta
and at the drive-in.
And he was in a band with Beto O'Rourke back in the 90s, and so Beto kind of got a little bit of cool points from that.
And then just dropped them all by opening his mouth.
Well, then he said fuck, and he got a little bit cooler.
Oh, and then he said it again.
And then he said it too many times for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I saw a comedian.
What's he up to now? Is he still running for stuff?
Yeah.
Or is he just swearing and people?
He ran for. He was up against Ted Cruz. No, Abbott. He was up against Abbott in the last election, and did not win.
That fucker.
Even though a lot of people were hoping for it, but he kind of dug himself a grave with the gun thing.
As far as I understand, he's probably like the closest Democrats been to winning there in like a long time. Not to like give him props or anything, but just to say that like there's something notable there, and it might just have to do with the changing demographics of the state. I don't know. I'm not a political correspondent.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm just a guy who does like saying fuck though. For sure.
I say fuck for Twitch subs.
Yeah. That's sick, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Are you allowed to say that on Twitch?
Are you allowed to say fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you,
I don't
can you say
fucking
swears?
know.
Can you curse?
I think you can.
Except
That's
lost
so
Brock
sick.
Hopkins last
Maybe
performance on
not.
Adelaide.
Yeah, I just watch Melee tournaments on Twitch.
And they don't swear?
No, I don't think they do. But actually, they did one recently called the Scuffed World Tour, where they it was on YouTube. They did it live on YouTube, and they could swear.
Huh.
You can swear.
It's after 10 p.m. You can swear now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
You can say whatever the hell you want.
The HE double heli sticks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
Yeah.
Got anything else? Anyone got some funny stories?
Well, so I want to talk about something that is really important to me and has become a larger part of my day-to-day in kind of a surprising way, and that is Yik Yak.
Yik Yak.
Like the app?
Yes. Yeah, it's back, and it's back in a big way, baby.
All right, go into it.
So I don't know whoever's not familiar with like original Yik Yak, because I wasn't even there for it. I'm like a Gen Z kid.
It's
I don't know about
PTSD for
OG
me right
Yik Yak. I would have been like, I don't know, not even old enough to use it at that point. I don't think when it was popular. So
Give us a really quick synopsis of it.
Yeah. So it is essentially a anonymous Reddit specific to 5 miles of wherever you are currently at. So it has upvotes, downvotes, it has commenting, whatever, and you can post things, but it is all entirely anonymous, and up until recently was entirely text-based. Now you can do photos and videos and things like that too. It's not as popular because it's not what got it popular, but so essentially it's anonymous posting in your town.
When I was using it back and like right when I first started going to college, it was like where you'd post like party addresses and stuff like that. Like,
okay.
Yeah, things like that.
So what have you been using it for, Shane?
Well, so what I've been using it for is all the things that I don't feel comfortable tweeting out onto my public Twitter. Is the best way that I could describe it. That may be combined with just like a diary kind of, I guess.
Do randos engage with your stuff? Like, can you get likes or comments?
So yeah, it's a voting upvote downvote sort of a ecosystem currency system. So what happens is people like it, they'll upvote it or they'll comment on it, whatever. But the cool thing is that if enough people downvote it, it just gets erased off the app, right? So if you get 5 downvotes on one of your posts on one of your yaks, then it automatically gets deleted no matter what.
Shadow banned.
And so you have, right, exactly. And so you have this kind of like funny thing where, you know, you see a yak, you comment on it maybe, and then all of a sudden you go back later in the day and it's just disappeared because enough people didn't like it that it just got erased, right?
Have you had stuff that gets erased?
Go ahead.
Have you gotten
What's
shadow
that?
banned?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, it's kind of like it's a combination of just my personal diary as well as the things that I don't want to tweet out into public on my public Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And so, given, you know, maybe what I'd recommend as a watch of the week, I'm sure you could kind of deduct what sort of things I would also say then on an entirely anonymous, specific to where I live area sort of a social media. And so I've had a few things get removed. But it also had some really, really cool, honest, and like lighthearted, fun engagement with people, and it's cool. Anyway,
nice. Wait a second.
I don't know.
So you said you're like when I posted a yak. So a yak is like the kind of post. It's like a
yeah.
Okay, so is a yik anything? Like, do you yik anything on it?
So I don't know, man. I potentially at some point people could have used the yik in that as well. I mean, even the idea of like calling something like a post a yak, I don't know that is common necessarily even in the community.
A yik is when no one likes it. It's like yik.
Nice. I was thinking like when it gets 5 downvotes and gets disappeared, you yik to the yak.
Yickety yak.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I think so. The reason I brought it up is that every once in a while there are really, really, really incredible Yik Yaks that show up, right? So there's a lot of really stupid stuff, really dumb stuff, bad stuff, maybe kind of funny stuff. But a lot of it, like, a lot of the best stuff comes in the comments. the actual yaks themselves or whatever, right? It's like people that like genuinely like are having a hard time or like are really stressed out or are like, hey, you want to hang out, whatever, stuff like that. But like the majority of the gold is inside of the comments. And so something that I wanted to suggest is maybe we could all, for one, get on Yik Yak because I think it's fun and I would love to have some of my actual friends on Yak. And two, it would be great because there's some incredible content in there and things that I would love to share, but it needs a lot of context to get to the point where I could tell you why a comment is funny and I would love to talk about it.
I see. There's like layers to it that...
A little bit.
Yeah.
And so what I would love to propose and or introduce is either Shane's Yak of the Week or just a Yak of the Week.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Yak Attack?
We're going to get sponsored by
Sure.
Yik Yak. I'm going to hit them up and say, hey, we got a Yak of the Week over here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
so
the way to do
that's
it.
just kind of, it's kind of what I was thinking about. My favorite, I'll tell you guys really quick because I haven't memorized at this point. A guy yacked, stupid yak. He said, hey, any are there two females free doing nothing, right? And implying that him and his buddy,
that they're cool.
Yeah, so two dudes, that are like looking for some chicks to hang out with. And someone replied like, no. Another person replied, you should turn on hentai and suck each other off.
It's a good suggestion. I've heard that works, yeah.
That's kind of like hanging out with two girls.
It's kind of like hanging out with two girls, two females that are free, not doing
two
nothing.
Females.
Yeah.
Two femoids.
And it was so rad. I was like laugh crying for like 6 minutes. And then I commented that and I said, hey man, that was really fucking funny. It had me laughing for like 6 minutes. And then immediately after that, all the comments were a bunch of girls who were like, oh, we're free. And it's like, oh, make that 7 free. And it's like, wait a minute now. This was supposed to gain traction. It's supposed to be funny.
Were like, we're not about to be outdone by hentai.
Yeah. Bunch of Utah girls got something to prove. But yeah, just some guy recommending that him and his buddy turn on hentai and suck each other off really just like rocked my world in a really cool way.
Have you promoted any Bumpy Soup stuff on there?
No, I don't really know how I would even begin to do that without immediately outing one of us.
Right.
Right.
As yackers.
What I
Be
would
like,
like to do
hey, I
is
saw
make
this funny thing.
Yo Banana Boy is a palindrome, just like a cultural infect the
Social
brains
contagion.
of people in Utah.
Yeah.
like a pandemic.
So much,
Yeah.
so much so that you have people Googling Yo Banana Boy or talking about it, and have us rank on SEO for Yo Banana Boy as a palindrome.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
One thing though is that there's a potential that Mike Lee could eventually tweet it, and we got to be careful to not get Lee-hide.
Don't get Lee-hide. How many other mentions of Yo Banana Boy out in the world do you think there are? I mean, it just is a palindrome, so anyone can say it.
Right. Yeah. I think that Yo Banana Boy is a palindrome is really more of just like a statement to reference it, but really what you want to get is Yo Banana Boy specifically, right? Because people would say that, and I think I can imagine people saying that, like getting adopted, and then someone realizing that it's a palindrome, right?
Yo Banana Boy.
Hold on a second. There is a website called YoBananaBoy.com.
Oh shit! Check it out.
And it's a Oceano Dunes State Vehicular Recreation Area, formerly known as the Pismo Dunes, is now Yo Banana Boy.
Pismo.
Pismo Beach.
I don't know. Yeah, Pismo Beach.
Pismo.
Huh.
Or Pismo.
That's cool.
The website will not load, and it's making me feel like it might be a scam. I'm not going to go there anymore. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yo Banana Boy, then the next is a Facebook page for that same thing. It's a beach in California. And then Yo Banana Boy, a book of palindromes on Amazon.
They have a full book.
Yeah, they chose that one. I don't think that Yo Banana Boy, like that term specifically, is in the YouTube description. I think it's in like the comments, but not the description itself. So maybe
it is. It's in the comments a lot.
Yeah, it is, as it should be.
We got those stickers. Are we going to get the stickers with the QR codes on them?
Yeah, we were talking about that. Something we were thinking about doing is like going like we were I was just looking at like volunteering at Sundance. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but doing that and then like getting like 3 different versions of the sticker that say Yo Banana Boy is a palindrome and then has a QR code, and then getting one in like orange, one in purple, one in green, and then going and slapping them in the bathrooms like all over.
Guerrilla marketing.
Exactly. So you have people that are in
of
Park
any
City
status at Park City using the bathroom.
They're hanging out there for like a week or something, and they keep going into different bathrooms, and they keep seeing the same Yo Banana Boy is a palindrome, but like different sticker colors, and they don't know who the fuck it is, and they do that. And I don't know if that would actually work, but
I still think it'd be really good if it said Yo Banana Boy is a palindrome. Find out the truth here. And then...
yeah, like a truthers.
Yeah.
Like the Google chemtrails.
Banana Boy truther?
Google Yo Banana Boy.
Yeah.
We should hit up the truth truck. See if they'll run an ad for us.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, hold on. Do you know who runs the truth truck? Is that Ricky? Or is this information we can't divulge online? Or
so here's the thing. I don't know who it is. I know it's not Richard Curl. If that's what you're implying right
Yeah.
now.
Can you explain what the truth truck is?
do you want to say it, Shane?
You want me to talk about the truth truck?
Yeah. What is the truth truck?
Yeah, I would love to talk about the truth truck. So the truth truck is actually way sick if you are into misinformation and helping more people lose their lives needlessly. It's awesome if you think those two things are sick.
Okay. Okay, so it's like not truth. Is it actually a truck?
Yeah, it truly is a truck. Yeah, truthfully is a truck
so
for
it
sure.
got one half of the name correct, which is tight.
Yeah, no, they're 50. It gets 1 and 1. It's like almost a D at that point. Yeah, man. So the truth truck is like it's kind of like a local celebrity in St. George at this point. I think everybody knows about it, right? And
Are you talking about it's like
huge.
the billboard, right? It's like the sign that like is animated and right.
I mean, it's like a truck that has LED panels or some sort of light panels on all. What is that? I guess 4 sides of it, not beneath and not in front.
Yeah. And it says like it's like COVID vaccine hoax.com or something.
Yeah. And exactly, it got really popular through COVID and specifically with just like anti-vax stuff, anti-COVID stuff, anti-mask stuff, and always has like just the most like ridiculous, for sure not believable website names on it all the time. And it recently, in like the last week, has came back, and it's promoting stuff about what the fuck is this? Some event happening at the convention center that it's like promoting right now. But yeah, I mean, it just like it was parked by Costco, and it had ads running all day, every single day, like through the entire pandemic of just how the pandemic was fake. The pandemic.
When I was saying it was Ricky, I'm talking about the Instagram account. I'm not talking about the real truck. I'm talking about the Instagram account.
The Real Truth Truck Instagram account. Yeah. You know what, man? I'm pretty sure it's Ashlyn.
Okay.
From Durango's. I'm pretty sure it's who that was. I think that's who that was. I can't remember.
Did you say
if
from
I heard
Durango's?
What?
Like from Ashlyn from Durango's? Like that's their big claim to local fame is working at Durango's?
Well, I mean, yeah, her dad owned it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There are lots of other Ashlyns out there. You know the one.
Jesus of Nazareth, Ashlyn of Durango.
Yeah, it's exactly this. It's exactly like that.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. Oh man.
I can't verify that 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's who that was. I thought that's who it was. I can't remember if that's true or not, but I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
Like
no, because Rick has
go ahead.
badass cars I seen. Have you seen that?
What was it?
Badass cars I seen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely Rick.
That's a good one.
That for sure is Rick. Also, have you guys seen dudes walking? On
yes.
TikTok?
Sick.
I just randomly saw it, and then I was like, "Whoa, this is in St. George." Yeah, dudes walking.
Yeah,
Are
dude.
you talking about that one dude, the shirtless speed walking guy?
No.
No. There's
no.
account. Yeah, there's like an
There was
Instagram account. They just take videos
Go
of
ahead, Max.
just guys who just have like really, they're dudes walking. You know what I mean? And yeah, and it's just someone around here who just gets
Sick. I saw a tweet once that said like every town has like a guy that walks around that everyone knows, and I was like, it's the shirtless like speedwalker guy in St. George.
Yeah, there's a couple of like guys around. We just barely moved downtown, and like I did not realize the amount of like specific people St. George has that you see consistently doing their thing. It like the simulation is alive and real down here with a lot of just walkers, you know?
Walkers.
Specific
Well,
walkers.
I think as the city continues to grow, you're going to see more people like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Displaced people, things like that.
Yeah. Well, how are you guys feeling? Does this feel like a
good
natural?
Should we figure out a name for the podcast? Does anyone have any good ideas? For
Yeah,
names?
I felt like you had a joke that you were going to.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ashland of Nazareth, like a Utah name of Nazareth.
I was gonna say Jesus of Durangos.
Yeah, that's better.
Well, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, I like that, man.
The truth with capital TRUTH about Jesus from Durango.
Yeah.
What did we say that guy looks like? Or sorry, the Christeene looks like? Worm tongue.
Worm tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worm tongue of Durangos. It's fine. I like Jesus of Durangos.
Yeah. I think we'll end on that. Probably that.
I think that's great.
Shane, thank you so much for bringing us a near porn experience.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to supply that for you guys.
Yeah,
it's
if anyone wants
honor.
to check it out, that is Butt Muscle by Christeene, with 3 E's.
2 E.
Three
Well, there's
E's.
3 E's total.
Yeah.
It's Christ
Yeah.
And
E-E-N-E.
it's available on Vimeo, but not YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've been warned, it's graphic.
Yeah, and also you can't look it up on the Vimeo app. You have to look it up on Google, and then it will open up in the Vimeo app. So
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I get it. Yeah. It's a cool one, man. I think it's sweet. As a guy who likes to shoot stuff, I think it's really rad. Also, check out Matt Lambert. The rest of his work is really sick. It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay,
And
well,
then check out check out the Truth Truck.
yeah.
all right,
And
then also check out Ted Cruz.
Check out Ashland of Durangos.
Okay, thanks Shane, thanks Maddie, thanks Max, thanks Emily, thanks Kat, thanks Dog.
Thanks, Alec.
Yeah, this is Bumpy Soup Podcast, and goodbye.
Bump it up.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I feel like we could end it with a rap sequence. We all go around making rap.